Hi, my name is Jakob Munck. I'm living here in Copenhagen, Denmark. The subject of this video is Russia. Russia is an ever interesting subject. First of all, I'm not a Russian. No one in my family is a Russian. I don't speak Russian. I've only been once in Russia, and that was in year 1971 when I had a 3 weeks tour by camping, traveling through Russia from Finland to Poland and back to Denmark. I've not been in Russia ever since, but I've met a lot of Russian people here in Denmark and in other countries, and I'm very interested in Russia. But nowadays Russia is just as capitalist as most of other countries in the world. I don't think they are as materialist. Their worldview is more Christian, more religious, and that's one of the things I like very much about Russia. But the basic thing about Russia, it's political. We have a world where nearly everything is run by America. They have the best technology, they have the best defense, they have a very huge military spending. Actually, it's 10 times as much as Russia. And their bases, nearly 1,000 bases placed all around the world. They want to control everything. They want to run the world their own way. We have been participating in bombings of several countries, including Libya and Iraq, not because Danes has anything against people in Libya or Iraq, but only because the Americans asked us to do it. The American world is not perfect. There are a lot of good things in America, but the American worldview is not universal. The American democracy is not a universal way of running a country. It's okay for the United States because they're so rich and so strong, but it's not okay for weaker countries with a more diversified culture. So the American democracy is not very good for most parts of the world, including Russia, because Russia is a multicultural state. So I accept that Russia has been a Tsar, run by a Tsar for many years, and actually I hope that the modern Tsar in Russia, Vladimir Putin, is just as strong and even more strong than the Tsars in the old days, because Russia is threatened by foreign powers. First of all, it's threatened by NATO, the so-called North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which is a very aggressive military pact trying to force the American culture and the American organization of the state on any country in the world. If you don't accept American bases, American weapons, American culture, then you can look forward to American drones and to be opposed by NATO countries, including the military in Denmark. And Russia is the opposition of all this. Russia is the strongest and actually the only opposing power to the United States. Russia is the only state in the world that has a military that strong that even America do not dare to bomb them. We have to say thank you to Russia, thank you to the former Soviet Union, that we don't have Adolf Hitler and his followers as presidents of Europe. It was Russia, Soviet Union, who fought against Adolf Hitler and who liberated Germany. Soviet Union, they lost 27 million citizens in the fight against Nazism. The United States of America, they lost around 200,000. In Denmark, most people see all the Hollywood movies made about Second World War, and they believe it was the Americans who liberated Germany. No, it was not. That's why we have to honor this sign here, the sign of the conquering Russian soldiers who liberated Europe. And my own grandfather, Munck, he was beheaded by the Allied of Germany, namely the Japanese. He was living in what is today called Indonesia. He was a doctor there. And when the Japanese conquered Indonesia, he was beheaded for doing resistance against Japanese fascism. So thank you, Russia, for liberating Europe for Nazism. That's very important.